What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Just wanted to go over some quick specific videos coming up. Right now we're going to be talking about the Jackall TN38, which is a vibration bait. These vibration baits are really good this time of year with waters getting cold in a lot of areas, and especially in our state, Michigan. Even though the temperature is fluctuating, the water is getting consistently a little bit colder. And so when we have that temperature shift in the water, the baits we use or the lures we use are gonna have to change and adapt to that as the fish also become slower, pickier, and just overall a little bit tougher to catch. And so one bait that has absolutely been catching for me so far in this warmish, coldish fall has been the Jackall TN38. It's a really cool bait. It is part of the Jackall TN lineup, which is their vibration baits. And I really like the Jackall baits in general, but this bait specifically just flat out catches them for me. And so what you guys might know or remember is the TN 60, 70, the 50, which I have right here in like some really good colors, and also the TN 80 in some cases. I haven't gone that high, but I've maybe gone as high as the 60. The 50 was really good for me, but this TN 38 is just like an absolute monster of a lure. I've caught fish on a retrieve. I've caught fish on your traditional just bottom bouncing. As you could see, I'll flash a picture through here of what this wild pond gill color has caught me. Just absolutely happy. The only thing that I also want to go over is the rod, line, and reel that I use, and then some modifications. But as far as the bait itself, it's a really simple bait. It's got kind of like a tungsten lip. In some situations, they've adapted the TN38 to the Trigon family so that it tilts more forward, and that bulbous has some trudging and hook protection that you can kind of just either slow retrieve and drag or bottom bounce with a little bit more heft. This comes in at about 5 grams. The Trigon comes in at 7-ish grams. So really good bait. Yeah, 5.1 grams. Really good bait. And it just super simple to use. It is more for the finesse side. I wouldn't know if I would necessarily say the bait finesse side, but you could easily adapt it to that category. So BFS reel or something like that, you could easily use it on BFS rods. I will say that this rod and reel combo that I'm about to show you guys is a little bit on the stiffer side. This bait definitely falls to the lightest possible that this rod could cast, but still the bend, the action, the power, I really like out of this. And I've had some surprises where I've caught carp, which are pretty heavy, especially in my areas. People don't necessarily fish them, and it's just done well. So I'm not upset with it. I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah, it comes with your normal treble hooks front and back, or bottom and back. And then it comes, and this is my personal preference, I take all the tie eyelets off, and I switch them for just JDM snap. This snap is a little bit different as it's welded on one side, and then the snap, the clip part just comes on and off. I will say that I prefer the welded part, just because it increases strength and slippage, reduces the slippage on it. But I always switch to snaps, and that's just so I can switch out through baits quicker and not have to retie all the time. But the other thing that I like to do is I switch to double hooks. And right now, something that I'm gonna try is a treble back and a double hook bottom. And all that does is it reduces the snag points. So when you cast, it tucks, as it falls, it tucks the hooks inside, and as it falls and it hits the bottom, it will reduce snagging by a significant amount. I will say that I was churning up a lot of grass with the double trebles in my area. When I switched to the double, there was almost no grass that I was bringing back up, and therefore making fish aware that this was a lure. But then as you pull up, it falls like that. Really nice, really simple. And those, for the TN38, I've come to really like the Ryugi double pierce in a size 10. It fits it really well. It's really simple, really easy. I just take everything off, and then I just put literally just the double pierce hooks, and it works really well. No issues. Really easy to install. And if one of your double hooks breaks off, like the back one did, you can just easily hook up another one if you bring extra hooks with you. Or in my case, you could try a new situation out and put a treble in the back, and then the double in the bottom. As far as reel and rod, I have a chatterbait just because I have been trying to get the chatterbait out a little more. This is a Jackall Break Blade Finesse. But as far as the rod, it's a Revoltage 2, Gen 2, 6.6 medium plus. So it's just a little bit stiffer than a medium. It's got a little bit more backbone and more power. It does 3/16 to 3/4 of an ounce baits. And the line that I have is a medium hard, so it's a harder nylon line in a 10 pound. I've just, for my situation, I found that nylon line just does better in the colder waters. I don't know why, and I like a little bit of stretch, and the rod has really nice bend. And then this is the Calcutta 30 HG reel by Shimano. So Calcutta Conquest, really easy to operate once you figure it out. I will say that there's a little bit of a learning curve, and I can make an individual video about that. But I come from the Daiwa world and the Shimano world. There's centrifugal brakes and all that, and I'm used to magnetic, and so I had a little bit of a learning curve there. This Jackall rod is just super nice. It's a cork and up-to-date material, weave, carbon fiber look kind of mix, and I really like the cork that they added. It just, at first on the website, when you're looking at things, it just looks a certain way, but in real life, it's actually really comfortable, and you tend to fall in love with the rod and how it looks and how it patinas, so I can't complain. This combo is an absolute dream once it's dialed in, and like I said, I just cast and I just bottom bounce back to me, and yeah, it does well. No complaints there. And so yeah, check them out. These are the TN50s, just to compare with the 60s, or the TN38s. So these are the TN50s, just to compare with the TN38s. And yeah, size-wise, this is the smallest one before they jump to the 38. But yeah, really good baits, as you can see. I can't complain. And I just carry a few. They've been doing really good for this winter season. The other thing I wanted to add with the Jackall baits, or any really JDM bait, is specifically the TN38, which is a little bit harder to find right now, is you can go ahead and find them on KK Japan Lure. It's a really good JDM shop. They have tons of other companies, tons of other baits, but they're my first go-to whenever I'm trying to find a hard to find bait, or whenever I lose one and then I have to replace it, like this color specifically in the TN50, that just kills for me. I've lost like 2 of these. They just always have the baits. They're easy to communicate with, and they'll just stock you up. So there's no issue there. So yeah, go ahead and check them out, and we'll see you on the next one.